What's up guys, it's Duke here from sportsgamers.com. In this Madden 20 tip, I want to go over the secrets to my 3-4 even defensive scheme that I use to dominate online in all game modes. This will work whether you play regs, Madden Ultimate Team, franchise, whatever, it works great. Now, we're not only going to go over some blitzes and some coverages, but I also got a secret defensive tactic that's going to improve your defense tremendously. No matter what formation you guys use, this is something you can apply. It's going to make your blitzes and coverages better. I've already broken down some blitz setups from 3-4 even this year on my YouTube channel and on my site, sportsgamers.com, but I want to go over some more advanced stuff in here that I've yet to really go over, especially, like I said, this little secret adjustment. You guys don't want to miss out. So, without further ado, I use the Jets playbook on defense. You don't have to use the Jets, but that's the playbook I prefer for 3-4 even. I do want to show you guys my Audibles real quickly. So, let's look at it now. So, you guys can see I've covered 3 cloud, pitch dog, 0, outside linebacker strike 2, and I don't like Mike scrape 3 press. Where's the play? I like to use the, where's it at here? I think I just passed it, but just give me a second here. I like to use the will fire 3 seam so that gives me like a cover 3 cloud, pinch bug 0, outside linebacker strike 2, and will fire 3 seam. So that's cover 3, man-to-man blitz, cover 2 blitz, and a cover 3 blitz. The cover 3 cloud, so like more of a coverage. Now, you do want to have your fastest outside linebackers when running this formation in, because those will be your pass rushers. Most of the time, they'll be coming free. You're definitely going to be using safeties most often, more than not, so make sure that these guys are fast as well. Now, I do like auto flip on with this defense. That is important. So, before we go any further and get into some of the stuff I want to show, I do want to remind you guys to please hit the subscribe button in the corner of the video to subscribe to the channel, and also ring that bell to turn your notifications on. That way, when we upload our videos, which we upload every day, great content that you will not find anywhere else, you'll get notified so you won't miss out. Now, in the meantime, if you want even more premium Madden 20 tips, you can head on over to sportsgamers.com for the best Madden 20 tips and ebooks. So there's a good amount of material I want to cover in this video. I want to go over some new blitz setups. I want to show you guys how I like to mix in outside corner blitzes. And then I also want to show you guys this little secret adjustment I use to disguise my blitzes and coverages very well. And that's actually what I want to kind of break down first, how to disguise your coverages and blitzes with this new secret. So this is going to take your blitzes and coverages to the next level. I want to showcase this. You can do this with any defense, by the way. But I want to showcase this with the outside linebacker strike too. So when I run this defense, basically, guys, I generally base the line. I generally crash my D-line down, blitz my linebackers, and I just press over and over again until the linebackers come up in the gap, and then I contain. Now, this is fine and dandy. This is a 7-man blitz. It's very hard to block. And most of the really good blitzes this year, guys, involve you bringing up linebackers or just defensive players into the gaps to almost give you a sugar look. It makes it really hard for the O-line to block these blitzes, especially if you bring up your user kind of like hugging the gap. Now, the only thing about this, guys, is it's kind of, when you do this over and over again, the offense knows you're probably blitzing, 7 people. Which is, it's okay because that's fine because the blitzes are so good when you know what you're doing. The only downside is it's pretty much like the offense knows what you're doing at all times. So I personally, the way I always like to play defense is make it like a chess match to where the offense doesn't know what we're doing. So I want to be able to get the same look. Blitz 7, sometimes only blitz 3 or 4, and you can't really get these linebackers up in the gap without first blitzing them. The way that I'm able to change this up to turn this into coverage defense is once I do this, if I want to make it a coverage defense, I will hit the linebacker audible, which is to the right on the D-pad, and then I'll hit LT, that's on Xbox, or L2, that's on PlayStation, to clear the shift, and then actually will put the linebackers back in zone coverage, right? You see they go back in their vert hooks. Now, obviously, you could individually playmaker all the blitzes into coverage, but that would probably take longer. It definitely will take longer, and you might not have time, and I don't like that. So, obviously at this point, I could leave it like here rushing 5. But honestly, like if I'm going to do this, most of the time I'll change the coverage up even more to do something like this. And, that's just kind of something that I like to do a lot. It's a defense like this, especially against a mobile quarterback where I have to worry about them scrambling with escape artists and all that. Definitely like spies. So this will just give me the, basically the ability to have a more versatile defense. And again, I can do this from any of the defenses I want in this formation, like I said, in the cover 3 blitz right here. As you can see, I'm blitzing all the linebackers, but as long as I clear the shift by hitting right on the D-pad and then the left trigger, it will put the linebackers that were actually in zone coverages back in zone. So now, as you guys can see here, I can quickly turn this into, a blitz, an all-out blitz, and all-out coverage. So let me actually show you guys, now that you see what I'm talking about, a few clips of how this actually works. So first of all, I have yet to break down any of the blitzes other than my man or my cover 2. So now I want to show you guys how you can blitz out of other coverages as well, such as cover 3 cloud. So let's take a look at that. So one of the things I really like about these blitzes is, they're great for players who like to max protect. So it doesn't really matter if someone's in a max protect or if they're just blocking one guy, these blitzes are effective. So we can look at an example both with tight doubles where they can max protect. You guys can see here, so I'm generally just going to base the line, crash my D-line down, blitz my linebackers, and then press them until they come up in the gaps, right? Alright, so at this point, I control the safety that's on the weak side, and I change my coverage up, to take away whatever I feel I need to take away. Now, I like this because it gives me real easy pressure. Even if they max protect, I'll just put my user on a blitz angle, and I'll just tap the old lineman for a second after the snap, and that's going to allow enough people to come free that I'm able to get quick pressure. Now, this is, like I said, this is very good. As far as bringing pressure, as you guys can see, the only thing with this is, like I said, if you keep doing this over and over, they're going to, eventually pick up that you're blitzing 7 every time you do that. So we don't necessarily want, them to know that. So that's why the adjustment I showed you a second ago comes into play really handy, is, clearing the shift. So let's take a look at that from another defense this time. All right, so we're going to look at the outside linebacker strike 2 this time. So again, I just crash my D-line down, blitz my linebackers, and then I press until they come in the gap. Now at this point, like I said, sometimes I don't want to all-out blitz, so I'll hit right on the D-pad and LT, that's L2 on PlayStation to clear the shift, and now I've got them back in their zones, and I can at this point kind of just tweak it however I want to change it into a coverage-based defense, but I got those guys right back into their zone assignments real quickly, and now I can only rush 3 or 4. So especially for someone who continually sees us continuously blitzing over and over and over and over heavy, this is big because now maybe they max protect, and I'm able to just bait them between their 2 or 3 routes they have on the field, and I'm only rushing 3 or 4. Especially if I have a D-line pass rush ability, I'm able to get pressure in very fast. So that's one of the things I want to go over. The other thing I wanted to go over is blitzing outside corners. All right, this is something that I've been doing a lot this year against people with escape artists and also people that just run a lot of compressed formations, whether it be tight, bunch, split close, whatever the case may be. This is something I like to do a lot. Effective against tight formations even more so, because now you can mix in blitzing corners from both sides of the screen, and they'll never really know because again they're in tight and there's no one spread out anywhere. So here in a formation like this, sometimes I will definitely blitz this corner on the side of the field that I'm using the safety, and you guys might think like that's crazy, right? I mean, it looks like you're rushing 8. Well, if I do this, guys, I'm probably not actually gonna rush 8. I'm probably gonna, put this guy in a hook zone over the middle of the field, some sort of hook zone, whether it be a mid reader or a hook curl. So I'm not actually rushing 8. And then, like, if I see this guy dropping back, into streak, I can guard him. If I see a corner route, I can go guard him myself. But that's basically my responsibility as that receiver over there. And again, when you blitz these outside corners, the blitzes are just going to come in super fast because they're not expecting it, guys. You have to realize that most of the people this year that uses these escape artist quarterbacks and pass every play, they're very used to the blitzes they play against. They're used to a certain player rushing and a certain player being in coverage. So with their double team and ID the mic and slide protection, all they do, they're not accounting for these outside corners blitzing, right? So when you blitz the outside corner, it just messes up their whole blocking scheme, and they're not going to be able to get away from it because they're not counting on him blitzing, right? So that's very effective. Alright guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I know this defense has been great for me, and I know it will work out great for you guys as well. If you guys have been enjoying my content, make sure to smash that like button. It really helps support me, and I really do appreciate it.